So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and take everything out of the box. This is a replacement pine filter used for maintenance. This isn't required for installation. It's an optional thin profile sealing foam that can be used to build up the seal between a ridged roof and unit. This bag contains a lot. Thick profile sealing foam used to create seal between top roof and unit around the outside of universal mounting bolts. Owner's manual. 5 3M self-adhesive cable tie mounts and 10 zip ties. 4 cover screws. 2 finishing frame screws. And Fresair decals for the finish unit. These are the optional mounting brackets, and they're to be used under the roof running along the front and back of the unit. On the left are the water reservoir brackets, bolts, and end caps. Here are 3 spare pumps and a water level sensor for maintenance. This is the mounting hardware, including multiple lengths of bolts to suit various roof types and mounting specifics. And of course, the Fresair unit itself. Next, you're going to want to determine the mounting location, mark it out, and find center. Once you find center, go ahead and drill a hole in the middle. Now from the roof, put the cardboard template centered around the hole you just made, and then go ahead and tape it down. You want the wider notch facing the front. The extra cutout is to make a little more room for the return pump well. Once you have your hole cut, you're going to want to file down and also paint the edges so that they don't rust. Now you can blow away any loose metal shavings and test your fit. Gently set the cooler in the hole, being sure not to pinch any of the wires or hoses. Now you're going to want to drill through the 4 holes marked universal. How you mount it to the roof depends on the finish of your ceiling. You don't need supports. You could mount without wood or use the metal support brackets. Now you're going to want to install the thick foam tape around the inside edge. If necessary, you can use a 1-inch paddle bit to countersink the holes. The bolts need to be dropped in with the rubber O-rings. Go ahead and thread the washer and nut on all 4 bolts. Now using a 1/2-inch deep socket, go ahead and tighten the nuts down, being sure not to over tighten. Place the included red caps over the holes for a watertight seal, and snap the filter back into place. Out of the box it's set up for horizontal, but the return barb isn't drilled out. Now take the hose with the red marking and connect it to the highest barb that you just drilled out. Once you have that hose done, go ahead and mount the other hose to the water pump. Now secure the water tank to the vehicle with the included metal straps. In order to switch from horizontal to vertical, the pump and float need to be switched to alternative locations, like seen here. Now as far as electrical connections, you're going to want to take this yellow plug, that's for your water level sensor, and go ahead and plug that in here. The other plug is for the water pump and just attaches right at the top. Now would be a good time to fill up the tank and test the Fresair to make sure that it's working properly. Make sure that the top shroud is installed to feel a cooling sensation as it forms a seal between the outside air and inside air, allowing air to flow through the pine filter. Make sure to mount the front of the cover first, then the rear. There's 6 screws that hold it in place. 2 short ones at the front of the unit, 1 on each side, and 2 on the back. Install the trim ring and enjoy your Fresair.